Nothing gentlemanly about it. First round out west, we are on the brink of brooms as the Thunder take the 3-0 series lead, 121-109 Saturday in Phoenix. Your headliner, obvious. Shai, 42 points on 15 of 18 from the floor. Efficiency be thy name. Taking a look at your best field goal percentage in a 40-plus point playoff performance. This, the second highest percentage, 83 from the field, as the Thunder and SGA are now one win away of round two. And for more, we welcome in CBS NBA analyst John Gonzalez. John, this is sort of like the 15-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival, like no notes. You just stand and you clap for what SGA pulled off. This is another performance efficient as they come. 42 on 15 of 18. What comes to mind from this 48?
He makes it look so easy, right? It's a playoff career high for him. I was watching the game, Joe, and I'm thinking like, he's okay today. And then I look at his line and I'm thinking, oh, wait, that's a playoff career high for him. And as you mentioned, the efficiency was ridiculous. 15 of 18 from the floor, but then also 11 of 12 from the line, which is really what makes him so difficult to defend against and to combat and to beat, because he gets to the line so easily, and when he gets there, he's automatic, and there's really nothing you can do about it. And I know a lot of people, it frustrates them. Some people don't like watching OKC as a result. I love it. I think it's a huge skill set. It's obviously a main reason why he's the defending MVP and most likely the two-time MVP and also the reigning finals MVP, because there's just absolutely nothing that you can do to slow that guy down. And even, again, on a night when it didn't look like he was putting in that much work, he really did. He was phenomenal tonight.
He gets to his spots and just so happens to get to the line as often as he does. This was beautiful basketball. If you don't like this, this just might not be for you. And the Thunder, they continue to ascend in a way over the last few years that we expect more out of them. And maybe that's the bar too high that we have set for them. But we are now one win away in each series from new guard versus old guard, OKC versus Lakers. We'll have plenty of time to break that down. But I offer that to ask you this. It feels like OKC is pacing themselves for what they now know is out in front of them. Having done it a year ago, climbing that mountain once again. Are there further gears for this OKC team that we have not yet seen this postseason?
I don't even think that they've gotten out of first gear, right? If we're going to continue this you and I straining this metaphor here. I mean, you look at their team, they have Jalen Williams isn't going to play for, their foreseeable future. He's going to be reevaluated with that hamstring weekly, they said. He missed 49 games earlier this year. They're going to bring him along fairly slowly because they can, right? Like, look at what's happening in this series. It doesn't even look like they're trying that hard, Joe. Tonight, they have SGA's supreme effort. Okay, fine. You put that to the side. Only three other guys were in double figures: AJ Mitchell, Alex Caruso, and Chet Holmgren just barely. But they got contributions from everybody on that roster. So when you're talking about like what other gear can they reach, like wait until these guys start trying, right? I mean, Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein were good defensively tonight. Lou Dort and Kayson Wallace are always good defensively, as is Alex Caruso. And then you've got these other players on the bench, like the other Jalen Williams, Jay Will, Aaron Wiggins, Jared McCain, who's just like way at the end of the bench. And they're like, sure, let's throw him out there because there's not going to be any Jalen Williams and he can launch a couple of threes. I mean, it's remarkable how deep this team is and how many different ways Mark Dagnall has to beat you. So yes, I think like Oklahoma City, it's like they're very much pacing themselves right now.
A nightmare to prepare for whoever stands in their way. Again, one more with the Suns, likely all that it will take, and then probably the Lakers, who stand up 3-0. Maybe an early scout on the James to James lob is how you spend your time at this point. John Gonzalez, we appreciate your insight always. All right, a look here at most consecutive wins in the first round of the playoffs. They don't mess around. That's why I say likely only one more required. No interest in the gentleman's sweep. No interest in pushing food around and maybe taking one extra. 11 in a row in the first round and looking to complete a third consecutive first-round sweep. Pivotal game 3 between the Pistons and the Magic. Tied one aside, the series shifting to Orlando. Pistons haven't led in a playoff series since 2008. An opportunity to do that today. We pick it up early fourth. Looking like it would stay that way with the Magic up 12. Paulo Banchero, strong to the rack. Hammers with two hands. Drives past Cunningham and catches a body on the way home. Magic up 15 after throws, but here comes Detroit, motoring back mid-fourth, down 9. Cunningham cuts it to 6 after the free throw. Minute later, Cunningham weaving through to the fence, hard with the left, +1. Pistons down 3 now, unbelievable. 3 minutes left in regulation. completely deleting the deficit. Trailed by 17 at the 8-minute mark, now tied 104 aside. Cunningham in a flow state. Just under 2 minutes left. Magic up 1. Banchero kicks to Franz Wagner. We are Hans and Franz, and we came to pump you up. Magic back up 4. 45 ticks now. Banchero pulls from deep. Living right. A magical bounce as Orlando takes it 113 to 105 in Game 3. Now the 2-1 series advantage as Banchero finishes with that kiss. Becomes the second Magic player ever with 25-plus, 10-plus rebounds, and 8 assists in a playoff game, joining Shaq back in '95. Cade here in this loss does tie George Yardley for the most consecutive 20-point playoff games
in New York. Well, yeah, there's panic in New York, all right. We're going to talk about it with our friend and CBS basketball analyst, Sam Quinn. The Knicks and Hawks headed to Atlanta. Atlanta up 2-1 on the series. I don't want to call it a must-win, Sam, but it's sort of a must-win for New York. Panic certainly settling in.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at this series, the Knicks gave up 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. He goes scoreless in Game 3. He doesn't close the game. He plays 20 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns shooting 57% in the series, but only taking 12 shots because they're seemingly afraid to give him the ball with Jonathan Kuminga on him. I came into this postseason looking at the Knicks and thinking all of their players are healthy. They're all in their prime. It's a relatively weak Eastern Conference, maybe not as weak as we thought coming into the year, but certainly weaker than it's going to be in the years to come with all of these younger teams, including Atlanta, probably getting better. If it was ever going to happen for the Knicks, it kind of needed to happen now, and it's not happening for them. They have a lot of problems that they need to figure out. Mike Brown is throwing out lineups left and right that didn't play together in the regular season. I am very, very concerned about New York going into Game 4. You don't want to call it quite a must-win game given New York's clutch heroics in the past. Certainly not in this series, but in the past. I wouldn't rule out a 3-1 comeback, but you really want to get home court advantage back. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to win 3 straight. So it's as close to a must-win game as it can really get.
I feel like we're all saying the same thing. I don't want to call it a must-win, but it's kind of a must-win. And I know it was a 1-point game that last time out, Game 3, but Sam, we're talking an 18-point lead Atlanta had at one point. Just terrible shooting from the Knicks, so hopefully they bounce back. I don't know why I said hopefully. I'm a Celtics fan, but Game 4 in Minnesota, Sam, the Nuggets needing a big bounce back after a rough Game 3. The T-Wolves defense, though, really the big storyline. We have to give them the credit, right? We saw Jokic limited as a big result there. Ball movement was stagnant. And, of course, the absence of Aaron Gordon was certainly felt. He is questionable with that calf for Game 4. What do you make of this series so far?
I never thought I would say this, especially offensively, but the Denver Nuggets have a Nikola Jokic problem right now. Rudy Gobert is defending him as well one-on-one as any player ever has in a playoff series. But I think even more pertinently, Nikola Jokic is shooting 5 of 24 from 3 in this series. Since he got hurt, since he dealt with that knee injury in the middle of the season, he was shooting 44% on threes the first few months of the year. He gets hurt. He's shooting in the low 30s since he came back. If Nikola Jokic can't shoot threes in this series, that creates all manner of other problems for Denver's offense because suddenly you can just pack the paint, go under screens against him. Jamal Murray can't get to the rim at that point. And if Nikola Jokic can't generate offense, if he can't draw in doubles because he can't against Rudy Gobert, given how well he's playing in this series, the Nuggets don't have that much other shot creation. It's really reliant on 2 players who right now are getting handled pretty thoroughly by Minnesota, so they're just not going to have that many sources of offense. So this all starts for Denver. Can Jokic start making some threes? Make Minnesota come up and defend him from behind the arc and create that space at the rim that Jamal Murray and those other scorers are going to need. If they can't do that, especially with either a compromised Aaron Gordon or not having Aaron Gordon at all, they're so unathletic without Aaron Gordon and without Peyton Watson, who also has been hurt in this series. I just don't know if they're going to be able to generate the offense they need to win this series.
I have to think, though, like the Joker, everybody's calling him a disaster. I know we saw the graphics. The numbers aren't great. The guy still has 3 triple-doubles, though, 24 or more points. The boards are there. It's like you can only do so much when you're being targeted the way he is, but I understand what you're saying. So let's say the T-Wolves move on then. How deep of a run do you see as a possibility for them?
I'm not super optimistic yet. I mean, you look at Jaden McDaniels after Game 2 basically coming out and saying, well, yeah, it's easy to score against Denver. All of their defenders are bad. Next round, right now, they'd be looking at San Antonio. I know Victor Wembanyama missed game 3 against Portland. San Antonio's defenders are a good deal better, and I think they're far better equipped to really challenge Minnesota offensively, really poke at some of their holes. Julius Randle obviously being a very inconsistent playoff performer, not having much in the way of playmaking. You know, Anthony Edwards not himself right now, dealing with that runner